Granger here.
It's so weird calling you on your cell phone. I have no picture of where you are.
I'm sitting at my desk at home.
Oh, yeah, sure you are. Listen, I just got some bad news. Turns out the gun used in the Barnes murder was registered to the deceased cousin, Daryl Barnes.
You're kidding.
Wish I was. And I can't find a way to trace it to Tobin. Oh, I gotta go. Bye.
Why are you going after Jimmy?
He's been charged with murder.
But it was self-defense, I'm sure.
Tell me about the theft.
It was a terrible blow. It shook everybody up.
What happened?
Well, nobody knows for sure. It's just, one morning we got up and went downstairs in the gallery. Someone had broken in. They took a straight razor and they cut the paintings right out of their frames.
Was anything else taken?
No. We think the thieves might go and sell the paintings in Europe. I don't know, maybe Japan or something.
Like a lot of people in this city, I think Jimmy's a very good painter. Can you describe the stolen works?
Well, they were part of this new series called The World is Burning. It was a big change for him, you know. Bigger works, darker forms, more haunted. I liked him.
Was all of this series stolen?
No, he brought a couple up to the loft the night before. That's one. It's Jimmy's favorite.
I was just wondering, how'd the public respond to Jimmy's new work?
The public. They wanted his old work, more of the same. But Jimmy had to move forward as an artist.
Did the new paintings sell?
No, and I think that's one of the reasons why he was so upset. But it's like he said, you have to paint what you feel.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions about finances?
I suppose.
I appreciate your help. Did the failure of Jimmy's paintings in the marketplace create a financial crisis around the gallery?
Jimmy took it hard. He was so used to everybody just loving his work, and then suddenly there was just no money coming in. It was hard.
For both Zach and Jimmy?
Yeah. Lately they'd gotten used to this certain lifestyle, you know. They both had nice cars, and we'd eat out a lot, and there was this new house up at the river.
Were they desperate?
I didn't used to think so.
Could one of them have been involved in the theft?
I suppose it's possible.
Ruby, can you tell me where Jimmy was the night the paintings were stolen?
No, not really.
Are you sure?
Yes. Didn't you hear me?
Do you know if Zach owned a gun?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like something he'd have.
You might be relieved to hear the gun that killed Zachary Barnes was registered to his cousin.
The gun came from Zach's cousin?
I thought you'd be relieved, but you sound surprised.
I am relieved, I guess. It's just... Well, I went in Jimmy's cabinet the night before Zach died, and, well, this whole thing is just so confusing.
Think back and see if you can remember what you saw.
Upstairs, in Jimmy's work cabinet, next to the brushes on the middle shelf, I thought I saw something. A gun.
A gun? Well, where is this work cabinet? In the gallery?
No, upstairs in me and Jimmy's loft, in the painting studio.
When did you see it?
The night before Zach's death.
Could you identify that gun if you saw it?
I think so.
Did people like Zachary Barnes?
Yeah, everybody pretty much liked him. I think his personality was a big reason for the success of the gallery. Everybody just liked to hang around him and listen to him tell jokes.
Was he a good joke teller?
No, not really. They were always too corny. You want to hear a favorite? What did the snail say riding on the turtle's back?
I give up.
Whee!
Did Zach ever take an interest in your work?
Yeah, Zach really encouraged me.
It must have been hard for you being an artist in a relationship with someone as successful as Jimmy.
You mean being in his shadow? Sort of. That's why Zach kept saying he wanted to help me with my career. Till I blew it.
Did something happen between you two?
Yeah, it was no big deal. I had heard Jimmy was sleeping with someone. I mean, he's done this before, but this time it really got to me. And I decided this time if he could, I could.
And?
And so one night, I mean, I guess there's always been this sexual vibe between me and him, you know, but I took a bottle of tequila over to his loft, and supposedly we were supposed to talk about my career or something, and I knew his wife Yvonne was working late, and he and I did it.
Given what happened to Zach, do you feel getting involved with him was a mistake?
This is really hard for me to talk about. Jimmy is not a perfect person, but that didn't make it right for me to go and sleep with his partner. It's just like my mom used to say, I'm only always thinking of myself. If it hadn't been for me, none of this would have happened. Zach would still be alive. Jimmy wouldn't hate me. As a matter of fact, he wouldn't even be in jail. And Yvonne would still have a husband.
Ruby, it's ridiculous to blame yourself for everything that's happened.
Thanks. It's hard.
Did Jimmy ever find out about the affair?
Zachary wrote me a long note after we'd slept together. Jimmy caught me reading it. Sometimes I can be so stupid.
What was in the note?
I don't really know. I only got to read the beginning because Jimmy snatched it away.
Snatched it, so you never got to see what was in the note?
Yeah. Jimmy never let me see it, and I never got to talk to Zach about the note because he died before I could. Jimmy said the only reason he was ever friends with me was so he can get in my pants, but he was never like that. He was so nice to me. So was Yvonne. They were the only ones who ever encouraged me, ever. Nobody wanted me to be an artist. Not my family, not Jimmy, nobody. But he said my paintings were good, and he was going to help me get a show. What do you think the chances are that Jimmy will go to jail?
It's hard to say. A lot depends on what you say on the stand.